Hi, world. It's
Hello.
me, David.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, world.
Hi, world. I'm David from Green Man Gaming, and I'm joined with two chums, internet's own developers of the Black Death, celebrities, if you will, straight out of Germany, straight from Gamescom.
Yeah.
It's James and Cameron.
Hi, guys. How's it going?
Hello.
We're on Twitch actually, so
Well,
yeah. You should find
How's
yourself lucky to be such next
How's
to
it
famous
feel
people.
to be so famous?
Yeah, the emails just won't stop. You know, like so many emails.
I just wanted to ask, can I get a signed autograph picture of you both?
Is it a tenner?
I'll do it for $9.50.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
Yeah. Good advice.
I think a Joker said that. I guess the whole format of this video is just mainly just to show what we're currently working on and what's coming out of the next patch and what we showed at Gamescom. Like it was an exclusive build that we showed there in the public.
Some of the new content.
So yeah, just showing this thing. So
you'll
you'll
a little bit more refined and stuff, and now we're kind of ready to show it to the world.
yeah. So we are actually playing as a knight, which is one of our newest
brand new profession.
new profession, which is our master profession. So you unlock it after an advanced one. So there's a bit of an in-game kind of feel to
Okay.
him.
So you need to progress quite
So a
quickly.
good amount of work behind unlocking such a class, but he's got some awesome stuff. So it's worth the work. So
let's jump in and take a
we'll
look.
jump in. D-Tron.
D-Tron.
Now the knight primarily is almost like a. Actually, I'm going to take that helmet off because don't want to be overweight. So the knight kind of has a lot of strength, so he can wear the heaviest armors within the game, and can wear some of the best gear and use it all at the same time. And also, which is new in this update, is swords and shields. So shields are actually a thing. You got a lot of strength and carry a lot of stuff. So a big shield and a big sword at the same time.
So this is quite nice plate armor here. Is this sort of end game stuff we're looking at here?
Yeah, this is. The value. If you open up the inventory, you're looking at some serious value. That's a feeble one. That's not even a great piece of armor, and it's worth 170 gold. So
right. So some seriously heavy duty armor.
Yeah, it requires a blacksmith to make it, and and even though a blacksmith can make it, isn't strong enough to wear it efficiently as the knight can. So not only is it's not locked down to just one profession, but you're going to need to manage inventory properly to even get the benefits. We've got like a nice scimitar. This is a rare weapon. It's not craftable. So something we were trying to incorporate now as well, like rare items that aren't craftable that are found within the world.
Right. So there's the kind of incentive to go out there and kind of search.
Yeah,
in kind of caves and dungeons and places like that.
And then the knight's perfect for that because it's a sturdy class profession, even in go and find the darkest corners of the caves and find the best gear. We're in Camp Blackburg right now, which is a proper military area. It's quite safe. There's guards everywhere, so it's quite a nice area for knights to go around and role play. Now, as you probably, if you played the Black Death before, you know about each profession has its own skill. Yeah. So you see in the F key at the bottom there is the ability to inspect someone. So kind of double check their profession and see how much bounty they have. So we have a bounty system, right? So that was in the previous update. So if you break the law, you'll have money on your head, and the knight's the guy who can get paid for it. Paid for those kills. I wonder if we can check that guy actually behind us. Maybe he's actually got a bounty. I think I just saw a guy there walking around. He's just walking around, probably stealing stuff, I imagine. There's there's a beta server, so there's a bit of a bug there of no legs. It's a militiaman. He's probably got no bounty. Probably let him go. Give him a little quick search. Okay, he's not a criminal.
No bounty on his
head. Move on.
Carry on, sir.
Move on.
Off you go.
Move on, Ramsey.
No legs.
Just float off into the distance, please.
Yeah. So that's kind of the vibe of the night. He's always been keeping the peace. But we're coming up with two professions at the same time, and they're almost like stellar opposites. So we are coming out with the outlaw.
Right. You want to stay away from the knight if you're an outlaw, because you can.
And the outlaw's an expert at disguising his other professions. Like, I'm just a merchant.
So that's why checking these people's papers and making sure they are who they say is really going to be quite key.
Yeah. Papers, please. So.
I bet he even papers, please.
That's what I love about the profession system. They always have their own mini games within their own. Right. Yeah. The bandit skill is to literally steal from someone. Sorry, the outlaw skill is to literally steal from someone's inventory. Yeah. But they get massive bounty costs from that. Yeah. You're breaking the law all the time as an outlaw. So these knights are running around trying to get paid by finding the most notorious criminals on some of the servers.
But if you're kind of quite a skilled outlaw, you can hide yourself as a profession, as a peasant, and if people aren't kind of regularly checking other players, then you could essentially almost get away with whatever.
You can blend right in as an NPC as well. Like that's the beauty of it. You can like dress up as a guard and just walk around like just like one, and you could go around pretending asking for other people's papers. You can pretend to be a knight if you want. That's the beauty of role playing. Like it's Inception, profession Inception. Like you got outlaws pretending as knights, checking knights' papers. Because you have knight criminals as well. Like knights can go around stealing.
So if you go with enough confidence, going, no, I want to check your papers. You could be a really good outlaw.
Yeah, it takes a couple of seconds to scan papers, so you can always like shift around, try and get a range. That's the same with stealing. It takes a couple of seconds. Like, you need to be from behind the character and access their inventory. So you know, you can get away from that as well.
Just, even a good thing here, just kind of seeing actually is this end sort of gear that you can find in the game, because a lot of people will spawn in the game in kind of relatively sparse tunics or just kind of essentially cloth clothing, and the fact that people can actually find this plate armor and actually be almost like a walking tank would be quite good, especially if it being a knight, if you want to try and protect the peace.
I guess we can show how handy the knight is in combat. I think if we follow down this road, run down this road, I think there's some bandits down the road, and we can have a little go at using our scimitar. So when you start out, you know, bandits are the biggest threat, the NPC bandits.
Yes, yeah.
They have good loot, but you know, you're usually paying for it. So the knight has lots of stuff in the new skill tree that actually gives you buffs for killing criminals.
And I know you guys have completely revamped the skill tree, so that anyone who's played the game before, this is a completely new. This will be very new to them, and there's just far more skills that I can see.
Oh yeah, we're tripling per profession.
Wow, okay.
And then we have the two new professions have like a good amount of skills as well, and it goes down from like each column is a whole new play style, and they have their own themes. So you know, you have one tree that's all about training in combat and like create like training swords, so you can practice with your friends a bit of sword play. You know, you got a whole tree just all dedicated to just heavy swords work, you know, dealing more damage. You got lancing, which is a nice knight theme. Obviously, we always want the skill trees they're all unique to the profession, right? We're always doing that. And then you're introducing the shields, like you can craft a really basic one. And then you can start role playing, like I'm a guard, I'm going to go around and protect the people. Or
so
I'm just going to smash his head with a
People who
warhammer.
are more interested in combat classes, the militia was kind of the really only choice for them. But now if you almost want to police, if you want to kind of get rid of these bandits and make sure that people aren't kind of doing these kind of free-for-all kills on the server, then this is a really good profession for people to take.
He's more specialised in different areas to the militia.
Yeah.
So for example, swords and shields, more pushing on that.
I mean, we never want someone to leave a class because they think they've reached the end of it. The militia has his own benefits over the knight. You know, he's faster. He can wear like light armor more effectively. He gets buff and faster like weaponry. Like the knight is a heavy, slow tank, like you said. There's no reason why a militia can strategize and get the one over on a knight. You know, we shouldn't have to feel it.
Certainly different styles of combat.
Yeah, get some cotton.
Getting some brilliant skill points for that as well.
Oh yes. Just see if we can try and craft a shield. Actually, maybe we'll see if I can get that working.
Sufficient.
Oh, some good cotton swab that. We should probably use that before we go into combat. Actually, we're a little bit hurt. Actually, we've got a skill tree. We'll unlock that shield, and we'll see how much what we require to build it. That's the one. Cool.
Alright, so what we need to craft this shield, I imagine.
We'll get some
wood.
wood.
Alright.
So this is the interesting thing I think we've created in terms of the role playing stuff. So a knight isn't a worker.
No.
You know, I can't make wood axes. Like getting wood is a bit of an effort for a knight. Like he's got no idea how to work the land, and that's why like if a peasant was walking past right now and he's selling wood to me, I'd protect him for the wood, or I'd give him some gold. And that's all about the profession to profession dependencies.
Yeah,
that's
and
kind of
everyone
thing.
needs to kind of work together.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go and find a shop or buy the wood, or like spend a lot of money. But we had a player around, you know, who's a peasant who's working the land, and that would have been a lot easier feat, right?
Yeah.
So we've got a bandit up ahead here. I think we'll
show off the scimitar. That's a
it's
vicious-looking weapon.
Yeah. So the bandit's kind of looking at us like, oh, he's a serious business. We're keeping our distance, like, you know.
He's gonna have a go.
I think we could try it. Well, we're got heavy armor and stuff. Like, to be honest, like we smash that bandit head in. He's gonna be careful though. He's done. Oh, good heavy strike there. He's stunned by the power of that strike. He's out of here. Like, I'm done. We're gonna get a quick kill from behind here. Headshot there.
Come on, son.
He's down. Yeah.
He's
So
down.
that's the kind of nice like he makes fast work of bandits. Yeah. What's up, buddy? Are you talking now? It's always nice to have Knight around when you're. Oh, so this chick is there. Oh, stone mace worth 22 gold. Here you go. So we're kind of living the life of a knight, right?
Yeah.
Protecting the lands from other people. Yeah.
Pillaging.
Yeah.
Looting, pillaging.
We go off and sell that and use that to get the
Yes.
things we
Wood,
need.
Yeah, wood. And build a shield.
So how, in terms of the sort of shield mechanics, how would they work together? Because traditionally the game so far has only had kind of one-handed weapons, two-handed weapons, but a shield's like a new thing in the game. So how would you use that to block and use a weapon at the same time?
Okay, so if James pulls out the sword right now, so on its own, right, we have space as like a fast parry.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a shield, it automatically gets equipped to your left hand.
Yeah.
And you can literally hold space and
use it to hold
defend.
up as a
Yeah.
block.
I mean, obviously there's durabilities happening, so if you keep abusing your shield, it will break.
Yeah.
So you always want to wait for the right time. But yeah, that's kind of like parrying is something that happens fast. And it's hard to pull off.
Yeah.
But a shield allows you to block more effectively.
Okay.
And it's a heavy item, so again, inventory
Does
management
the use
is
of
important.
The shield kind of transfer to other professions as well, or is it just the knight at the moment?
Oh no, yeah, everyone can use everything.
Okay, so
That's
it's
important.
A brand new sort
Yeah.
of combat feature.
Yeah, the F key skill is the only thing that's
Is different
unique.
to
Yeah,
each-
yeah.
to each- okay.
Like no one else can inspect another person, so to speak. So we'll head back to Blackburg. Actually, oh, who's that there? Guards running into the forest there.
Oi, oi.
Arrows firing. I think there's some sort of criminal activity happening around here. So yeah, as I mentioned in previous videos, the guards will take any opportunity to get rid of criminals to protect yourself from other players or that kind of stuff. I feel like we may have broken some sort of law here. I'm not quite sure. Don't know if we were stealing earlier.
I don't think they were after you. I think
Some guy in the brushes like trying to jump us, I think. Is anyone else in Camp Blackburg? So we'll give you scan someone else.
we have our army of fellow players here
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
See if anyone else out there. Is anyone at the other entrance? There behind you. Yes, we got this place locked down, man. It's safe.
Yeah,
No
no
criminal
one's here.
oh, here we
Hello.
go.
Who's
Oh,
this?
typical beggar. Obviously the
Yeah,
beggar
have some
profession
coins.
is.
Let's
Give him a scan. You hold still there, sir. Check you for criminal activity. No, no
He
bounty.
is who he says he is.
You're a lucky guy. Here's some gold. There you go. Go on.
Get out of here.
Bugger off. You've had your 2 coin. So that'll keep him out from going down the road of criminal activity. I think. Give a couple of gold pieces.
He can get himself a nice cup of tea
Yeah.
down the old market, and he's gonna be fine.
He's so lucky though. If he's worth even 10 gold, I still think I would have
That's a
justified some sort of
Popped him.
Yeah.
bounty there. So yeah, I'm like the Uber police, right, running around. Oh, who else we got over there?
Somebody else here.
Got some more activity over there. Going here. I'm doing the guard's job, the lazy buggers. They're all corrupt. They're all corrupt. Queen's Guard.
You got to earn your gold wherever you
yeah.
can. Isn't that not a spirit of the Black Death?
yeah. Oh, we got a guy pretending not to see it. What are you doing? Put your whip on me, buddy. Yeah. Hey, stop there. Hey, sir, stop. Come on, let's see your papers, please. That's some nice gear there. Looks like you don't paid for that. Oh, you're lucky. You're lucky.
Get out of here.
I don't like the cut of his jib.
He's a slightly mauled militia.
Yeah.
He's had a beating.
Oh,
Some beggar here, like trying to beg what you can from that. Yeah, go on, get out of here. We've already told you, get the hell out.
well, you've given him some gold now. He knows he can come to you. You know, you're a soft.
Get out.
You're a soft touch.
Yeah, that's a cool decked out militiaman, I gotta admit.
Get out of here,
Leave us
kid.
alone. Yeah, so literally the outlaw is the other. Outlaw comes from the beggar profession. So that guy there, that beggar over there trying to go around begging from guards and having no luck. He can take a turn for the worst.
Yeah.
You know, he can go like.
If he wants to kind of partake in some criminal activity, that's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
you can level up in your skill tree.
And he can become an outlaw. He's probably going to go think about it right now. I can tell he's running off like, yeah, you know what, this way of life, I'm
not
done
for
with it. I think we'll actually have a bit of combat with that militiaman because I got a funny feeling he's going to kill that beggar. He's going to kill that beggar,
Well,
and then we're going to have to.
You know, you've given him some gold.
Yeah. Just keep an eye on him. If they come back to the road, we'll. Where's he gone? Yeah. See. This is the thing about the wilderness, right? As soon as you come out of a main location.
Yeah, it's kind of the law kind of dissipates.
Yeah. Like,
no guards, no protection.
Yeah, we are the only protection for this area, I think. So there's off into the wilderness and
Lost him.
no man's land.
Oh,
There he is. There. You kill that beggar. You kill that freaking beggar. He's freaking dead.
Oh, he's.
Hey mate, let's do it then.
You're not near your friends now, so you think you can have a go.
Yeah, he's got a good warhammer there though. That's good damage healing with it. So we're not even gonna. There's some guard support there from behind. Yeah. We'll Jill over there. That's what we'll do. Have it ye. Oh
God.
Went down like a sack of crap. So
I'm so sorry.
The interesting thing about the I call him damage states, like he was a bit bloody. He was kind of like
he
already.
Was feeling hurt already.
Did that
Hey.
beggar just steal from that loot bag? I think we're gonna have to divine intervention on this guy as well. Check his papers. Yeah, no, he isn't a criminal, but he did just take that.
No one else can see you.
Oh!
Whoa! Where did you get that from?
He just picked out that loot bag there. He stole it. Yeah. So I mean, that's what happens. You mess with a night beggar. You laugh at his dead body. Where'd you go? Oh, look at this.
Oh my gosh!
Don't
Look at all
think
that.
we can even carry it all.
Ironically, we're kind of living like an outlaw.
Too much.
As a knight. Which again, like, yeah, it's a role playing. It's completely up to you.
I can see in the corner there. We've got we're carrying too much stuff now. So what were the sort of incumbent effects do you feel in the game if you were to be carrying too much?
So yeah, being unable to move is the biggest thing.
Right.
The way to get around it is actually to you can level up your skill tree to
Kind of
deal with
be
more
able to carry
encumbrance, like
more
work
stuff,
on your
okay.
strength. That'd be the smartest thing to do, and also like purchasing houses and having storage. Oh, he had some good gear like that. Although I got plate armor. Awful sticks though. Some cotton berries, which you might as well eat. Actually, you might as well eat that strawberry that beggar picked.
You are starving after all.
Yeah. Oh, so we're always having new items come in the game. So that was a gooseberry we just ate there. You know, it's a good British gooseberry.
Questionable rather than
So we got a question rotten out. So obviously the Black Death is a feature in the game, like it's a plague. So if we eat rotten stuff, we're always risk of infection. Okay, yeah, we got it straight away. So this is a new wellness system we're working on the left here. We got nausea.
So I can see here that we've got some nausea, and you can see that it's kind of affecting your stomach. So what else can we see inside this wellness system?
So all the sicknesses are built within this new system. So mainly before you kind of like ramp up to 100% of illness. Right. Where technically illness is a way more complicated thing than just I'm super sick. We have like different avenues you can go down. Like nausea, you eat poison and you start throwing up and you have to deal with that separately. But the Black Death infection, the bubonic plague, is a whole different system. Sure. So you can stack up different illnesses. Right. And which leads to like bubonic getting stronger within you. So you can almost manage your illness because you're gonna get ill. Like it's gonna happen. Like if you go swimming, you're gonna get cold, and then if you don't look after yourself, it's gonna gauge towards the bubonic plague. So this is the kind of ways to get players to look after themselves and run around eating rotten cabbages or say you get nice and light now.
God.
Look at all that
So
gear.
you can see the difference between the classes and how much they can carry as well.
Yeah.
So he had a lot more than what we can carry.
Yeah, peasant would be able to take all that home.
Yeah. So somebody's gonna walk down this road and be like, jackpot.
So what of all this stuff I found? What happened here?
So criminal system wise, both those guys had their weapons out, so we didn't gain a bounty. Yeah. But if that beggar put his weapon away and we killed him,
then you would have had a bounty.
Yeah, we would have been a pretty corrupt knight. I gotta say, like other knights would be scanning our papers.
Crude German Warhammer.
Yeah, some nice, some good stuff there. So that's kind of the two new professions, kind of like try and encourage new kind of small scale PvP, but always going back to that role playing. So
aspect, yeah.
you don't always have to engage in
So
like.
this is being in the night is really the good side of life.
Yeah.
Whereas diving into the world of an outlaw.
Yeah. It's like you're crafting small one-handed crossbows. You're highwayman it. You go around like hands up, buddy.
Money
Let's have your gear. And they're experts in gathering bounty for knights to win off. So, so that's generally in a nutshell kind of like the new update we're coming out with.
Excellent.
This is live right now in beta, so you can jump in and test out.
There's no password for that. You just head over to properties, right click on your game in Steam, go to properties, and there's a beta tab there. So in the drop down menu, you can select beta there. And you can give this a go. Otherwise, it'll be rolling out later on this month, I believe.
That's right.
We're also taking this build of the game to EGX.
So come say hey.
Yeah, it's down the road from our studio.
Yes.
I'm not going to say where we are. But Birmingham.
Heading to sunny NEC. We're going to see essentially a nice big black room.
Looking forward to those £11 hot dogs.
Yeah.
I think most of the team will be there as well.
Yeah,
so
we're all
definitely come say hey.
Yeah.
I think the last time I was at the NEC, I had a cinnamon flavoured milkshake.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is a bit weird, but
How much is that?
I had to remortgage the house.
So I thought to close on, we'd jump on the forums and answer any questions that are going on. Like this guy's just absolutely stunned by that headshot. As I'm getting out of here, this is.
It's not fair at all. You've got a high class weapon. He's got some bone he's found for some animal. He's trying to slay you.
Basic water.
The NPCs is actually something that we're currently working right now because they realise that networking for them it can be a bit edgy and the behaviours can be sometimes misbehaving. So it's something that we're completely aware of that needs to get. It's always being polished as we develop.
Excellent.
But yeah, thanks to everyone who are hanging in there.
Right, should we jump out and go to the forum?
Yeah. If you alt tab it. I think it's the first web page. Here we go.
Okay.
An idea. I like the sound of that. Unread. Let's jump in here.
I'm a big Vikings fan myself.
Oh, the TV show.
It's a show on the History Channel, for those who don't know. Best one I've seen, including movies and shows. 4 seasons so far. Anyway, I was thinking, since the game is set in Mercia, which happened to be a huge kingdom in England in the medieval days, also one of the Vikings frequently raided and attacked and spread fear throughout the lands, demanding payments from kings as they would stop their wholesale slaughter of Mercians and Northumbrians. Since you already have boats and bandits, perhaps some of these could be formed just offshore as Vikings. I wouldn't even worry about the artwork per se, except maybe a little on the ships. They could basically be parked or anchored like many are now, and the bandit camps could have way more Vikings than they currently have bandits. So I guess,
cool.
like a...
Good idea.
Well, so we actually have a random event system in the game at the moment.
Yeah,
so
like something
we could hijack
totally.
and
Yeah,
put
so
into
yeah,
that kind of thing.
potentially one event could be a whole bunch of Vikings rock up and start pillaging.
I mean, the timing for in terms of the time it's set is probably a bit like there was always raiders.
Yes.
Like that's always something's happened. I want to say initially.
If it's not the Vikings, then it's another.
Yeah. This is 1,000 years after I think where Vikings were really going for it. But there's always some stuff like that. And I'm always thinking we should be using the water space a bit better. It shouldn't just be for just water. I think there should be some sort of activity there.
Yeah. We got little boats circling around in the sea.
Yeah. So I think this is a great idea, definitely.
Like seafaring and things like that. It was the age of exploration.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think that's a cracking idea. Thanks for that, Dwayne. Consolidating the player base.
Hey all, I have an idea to try and condense a player base onto 1 or 2 servers in order to have a strong community base while the game is being worked on. I propose a North American server and a European server for connection purposes.
So basically, we have a few servers that the population gets divided on, and I guess he's just trying to say let's
try and like
2 big servers and 4. So this is an interesting thing because we also get an amount of comments where people want to be solo playing it.
Okay.
Like so we have a few people like I just want to single player it.
I want to do almost like a single player experience.
So it's a tough one. Like, you want to be with both people. You want to make both people happy. I'd love like the servers to be full all the time. It'd be anarchy. It'd be freaking great. But there's players that I'm aware of that enjoy solo experience and then meeting a player so often and then dealing with that. But yeah, we have servers in all these locations currently, I believe. Yeah, so what was he saying? Like we had 7 people in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're early access and the population does go up and down. We're aware of that.
Yeah.
It shoots up with every update. Logically, it does do that.
Yeah, because people may just jumping every once in a while and think, okay, I've seen all the new stuff. I want to jump back in when the next stage comes out, which is a perfectly acceptable way of kind of experiencing the game.
We're completely. Ideally, it'd be great if all the servers were full.
Yeah.
Rather than having to consolidate.
Yeah.
Because obviously servers cost. Like we're paying that, but yeah. But I mean, thanks for your concerns and stuff. Like definitely, just not solid in the back of our mind.
The game certainly does come alive when all those people are kind of working together.
Yeah.
And again, but like you said, the people who do want that kind of single player experience and having those sort of professions maybe not in the game, and if someone's just trying to make their life as a peasant, but they don't have the kind of ability to kind of team up with militia or any sort of combat heavy classes, that could be a little bit of a weird experience. But again,
yeah, I think maybe the player created servers is definitely the way forward in the future, and not having settings that are exposed where.
And being to tweak all of that.
Yeah. Like if like we're even considering the thought like maybe some servers just have 0 combat.
Yeah.
Or servers where combat.
Take all the bandits out, and then I just want to have almost like a completely exploration.
Yeah, like I'd love to give people like lots of options when they create servers, like when we get round to it. So, but yeah, thanks again for the. What's that?
More servers, please.
More.
This is more servers.
This is exactly what we're talking about. Yeah, there's always like.
So yeah, I think this person's particularly asked for sort of oceanic servers, which is
Australia, Asian and stuff.
Yeah, Asia, Australia, places like that.
I think we're literally in the process of trying out how to get.
We've been talking to Multiplay about doing it. We're just sort of trying to work out the some of the
logistics.
Historically, for a lot of other people, like not just kind of games, but related to heavy server-based things, like oceanic servers, almost like can be twice the cost of sort of your traditional servers. So again, it's certainly a thing, because I know a lot of people in Australia they're quite keen to play a lot of these games, but I know a big part of that is the servers are prohibitively expensive, so they have to kind of connect to other ones where they have a lot of ping. So
that's right.
Certainly a concern.
So this is cool. We had a lot of people at EGX Rezzed who were talking about kind of this kind of stuff, interacting with animals and stuff. We got some ideas, but we haven't started implementing anything yet. We kind of
husbandry. That's the word.
Husbandry. Even at a base level, we're thinking you have a chicken, you click on it. If you're a peasant, then you can sort of like harvest eggs or something from it at a real base level. But we'd love to hear what other stuff you guys are thinking.
Yeah, it'd be nice to that the ideal situation would be like you get a sheep and then you feed it.
Yeah.
And you can get the wool from it, and if you look after it, you can keep getting wool from it.
Do you reckon you could make a medieval version of Animal Crossing?
I would love to. I love the peasants profession to be like.
You log in the morning each day. You wake up at 7 in the morning. You have to go out. You get your eggs. You take them into town, sell them.
Yeah, that fits the game so well. It's role play. It's economy.
Yeah.
Like we might as well use the sheep because they're in the game. They're running around. You can kill them. But it'd be nice to have another option.
It seems like a perfect way to extend the peasant's profession as well.
Yeah.
Sort of like almost a master
full-on
thing.
farmer. Like
you buy a barn and then you stick some pigs in it.
Lock them in.
Lock them in so no one. Because obviously that'd be even more interesting dynamic if you got to hold these animals and then some other guys are. Catch you off guard and start stabbing them.
My beautiful pigs.
You get raided by bandits who are desperate for some sausages and bacon.
That'd be really interesting dynamic. So yeah, definitely would be a peasant's dream come true. So thanks for that. A Borg cube. Borg.
Page 2. Interested. I like the concept of the games. I want to play it. But I have a concern and some questions. Firstly, allow me to say how shocked, how fast, and how many opposed to get official responses. So that's hands out to our community team, Emily and
team.
Pete.
Yeah, good job.
Round of applause for them. It seems like the people in this charge give a damn. No. Okay. I thought the devs who abandoned the game. I've been watching this game since your cast Shin covered it in a video, so thanks to Shin for covering it.
That was like a month and a half. Was that the Yogscast one?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't. Hugh said, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
this guy from Yogg's cast team.
So let's get into some of Locklay's concerns. First of all, crashing. Every video I've seen, apart from Shins, was a mess of crashes. These Let's Plays.
Oh, launch, yeah, launch
Yeah.
was, yeah. We're right around the clock when we released the game. It's like, oh, loads of people want to play it because of lots of new problems.
Yeah.
It's not like we didn't test the game, obviously.
Yeah.
We're going to test it, but like
Yeah.
when it's such a large scale like that,
It
launching on Steam.
gets to the point where it's hard to test. Like, there's like X
Yeah.
amount of people.
What happens
trying
when
to
10
kill
people stand on a stone wall and
Yeah.
one jumps and the other one
Yeah.
crouches? That kind of stuff. Like, that literally was a problem. Like, that crashed the
Standing on
server,
walls, yeah.
standing on walls. So, yeah.
I mean, we've solved a lot of problems. There are still problems in the game, but we've solved a lot. And server stability as well as client stability is far better now.
You can, like, I've seen play sessions that are 8 hours, there's
Yeah.
not a single
So
crash.
when we were in Gamescom, I think we had 3 crashes, client crashes over the
whole event.
How many days? It was 4 days.
4 or 5
running
days.
for like
Yeah.
10 hours
Yeah.
straight, kind of thing.
And there were always people playing it and trying to mess with it. You know,
Yeah.
Gamescom's an interesting one. It feels like people walk around trying to see what games they can crash rather than play them, which is great for us as a test
Yeah,
bed.
you just like, what? You've crashed it. Great. How did you do that? I
We're
wanna
like,
know.
yeah, I crashed it, yeah, and everyone's like some sort of gold star. I don't know.
I ate a
But,
carrot and picked a berry, and then I ate a carrot again.
Yeah.
Explosion.
So there's a lot more stability there.
Yeah. Everyone I see playing the game plays a merchant or a peasant. 90% peasant. What does a militia player do to enjoy the game? From what I see, it is be just killing bandits or players. Is there anything more to a militia than killing?
I mean, so yeah, primarily we're a role-playing game. If you, I mean, we can't expect every player to go in with the correct mindset.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting that. But if you go in militia and you want to be that guy who's threatening people for money, for protection, there's so much, I feel, gameplay opportunities from that. And obviously the progression within the militia is really good. Like he can unlock blacksmith, which leads on to knight.
Yeah.
So the militia is all about getting a taste for the combat and getting away with killing bandits and learning that stuff, and also obviously being able to craft some primitive weaponry. Like not a lot of the other professions can actually do that stuff.
Yeah, armor pretty early.
And armor, you can make armor early as well. He's a vein class as well. He's a good vein class. Like if you want to look like a badass, like that guy we saw in the video, that's a militiaman. Like they look really cool.
I feel like where you say the kind of get paid to escort NPCs, merchants, nobles, that's kind of something we're trying to promote through the role-playing side of stuff. Like, we haven't made a mechanic for it at the moment. Possibly we could do something in the future, but generally, like if I saw Cameron in the game and Cameron was a merchant, he might come up to me and be like, you know, we've given the option to drop gold, to trade with players. So, you know, Cameron can come up to me and just be like, hey, can you guard me?
Yeah.
Kind of trying to make it quite fluid, so it's not so rigid.
Yeah, I mean, it happens and people do enjoy that aspect, but yeah, like I said, we can't force people to go in with that mindset, but we're hoping people will discover it faster and then enjoy it more.
Being a merchant, can NPCs buy stuff from you at the prices you've set? I've watched videos on this and nothing about how these interactions take place is in them. I've read some talk about merchants being too good at crafting. Is this the case at the moment?
So I think before we had this, we didn't have the crafting stuff in.
Oh, the quality.
The quality, I don't think that was in.
So the merchants are the best crafters next to the blacksmith. The merchant's main ability is to create great content and then selling it to other players.
Which you can set the price.
Which you can set the price at
higher or lower.
You can't sell to NPCs.
Just kind of players.
You can't sell the price. You can't set the price.
Yeah.
They set the price. They
Yeah.
go, no, that's worth.
Yeah.
Because he's a merchant too. He's not a dafty. Like he's like, oh no, that stick's worth 1 gold. You can't force 10 gold stick on another.
So
you can try with players,
sort
but
of merchant kind of classes you can set up at the shop and players can buy from you, but there's still NPCs, merchants you can still sell stuff.
You sell stuff that you just can't. You can't set the price to them.
It'd be interesting to get NPCs to come up and buy stuff from you.
Yeah, I think that.
But I think it sounds pretty.
It's very cool.
But just if you have like one gold stuff, it's kind of cool. Get a guy come up to you, walking up.
Yeah, and you get
buying a stick and walking
off. It fits the procedural events as well. Like if you're in shop mode and you're selling stuff, and procedurally a peasant walks by and goes, God, I really need that strawberry. Like, well, you know what? For you, the strawberry is double the price because you're starving.
Don't light your face.
But then you can do that with players as well, to be honest. But yeah.
And final question here: do NPCs fill player roles if players can't be found? Not as well as players, mind you. I just want to know if I don't completely depend on other players. Player base limited at the moment.
So this is something we're very keen on doing. We're still implementing a lot of stuff, but having beggars in the street act like beggars, you know, be able to give them gold, have blacksmiths who repair stuff like a player, like you say, obviously less powerful than a player, otherwise it kind of voids players. But there's something quite keen on getting, like, visually, we want people to be a bit uncertain whether somebody is a player or an NPC, and also, you know, have the mechanics behind that to support it.
It's already something that we're kind of phasing in.
Yeah.
There is a blacksmith available in the town. You know, that you can sell stuff that a blacksmith player can sell, just not quite as good.
Yeah.
It's something where we're phasing in over
Like,
time.
Like, it makes sense, doesn't it? Monks make remedies, and you go to a monk if you're sick, if you can't find a human player around.
So, yeah, we are echoing the professions, but they don't dynamically populate if there isn't enough players. They're always there, players and not players. So, we're quite happy with the population of NPCs. It's getting to a point where we feel like it's more stable enough we can start throwing loads in.
Yeah.
We're happy with the stability. We haven't quite tested how much we can push it. We'll probably triple it and see what happens.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. Thanks for that question there, Locklave.
Locklave.
Right. What else have we got here? Question for devs. How will we do that?
It's like he knew this video was going to happen.
Oh, it looks like Pete's already answered him, but let's answer it for the rest of the community as well. Curious, I am really wondering, is it more difficult to put out small patches rather than big, as in, to me, say, the team works on fixing a lag, maybe 2 or 3 people need to get that done, while the rest of the team work on fixing skills. So I guess the kind of question is, like, do you prefer to do kind of smaller patches, or kind of go to do bigger patches?
So it's a very good question, Rigor. We've noticed that we get a lot more sort of activity when we do sort of patches. Every time we get a patch, we obviously get that activity coming. One of the big problems at the moment is we're changing big core systems of the game, so reworking the skill tree like we're doing at the moment. We're currently working on server-side saving, so a lot of these things are quite big tasks and we can't really do them in smaller chunks. But as we develop further, we'll probably get the time frame between updates will be releasing sort of smaller content, still cool content, but smaller, more condensed. And that will be easier to kind of send out over every 2 weeks. But it's just the big thing is at the moment is we're changing these big core things.
Yeah, there's a lot of placeholder stuff that's getting almost reinvented.
Yeah. It's like, well, even just seeing it from the initial development of the games, there's like new areas in kind of incorporating weather systems, and then new skill trees and new things like that. And imagine, like, as soon as you put one thing in, that breaks something else. So
I think when we get to the point where we're kind of like finalizing the core the core mechanics. Yeah. I feel like the updates will get faster, and it will be these things, exactly things that Rico was talking about, like the small, like, you know, like networking issue.
Actually kind of fixing something else.
It will literally turn that way.
When it's sort of like polishing, fixing smaller updates.
I think it's going to be a lot more faster.
It's that our like
patches then.
We are running weekly. We're trying to get like weekly sort of event things going. So you might have seen our Fight Fridays now taken over by Mini Shadow.
There he is.
Yeah, there he is already in.
Hey, I watched that video of that fight night. That was quite cool, just seeing people in the arena battle it out.
Just see me get smashed.
Oh, James. I called the guy out. He's winning a lot. I was like, I'm calling you out, buddy. Man, it was a close fight, but I won that one. I was like, that was 10 grand gold worth. I earned that gold.
Yeah, move into a nice house.
Upcoming patch. Is it in ETA in the patch? Yeah.
We talk about it today, won't we?
Probably towards the end of the month, we'll have something stable enough to send out. But no exact date yet. I apologise. I know it's really frustrating. But hopefully come out nice and smooth.
It's going to be a big patch when it comes out. It's got a lot of stuff in.
Yeah. That's one we just read. Right? Couple of questions.
Will there ever be a dedicated server option, like a v0.09 one from Blue Fang Solutions, as an example? And farming was the ability to make farms in other spots, or will we have to fight over the farming spots? And finally, cities, will it be able to run a guild, for a guild to run an entire town, and for the NPCs not to attack if they kill other players who trespass into the town?
I like it when people kind of do what we're talking about.
It's so funny. We're literally touching all these things right now. We're testing, we're pushing things. Obviously, we don't want to say anything that's going to give away the nice surprise later on.
I mean, so with dedicated servers, we're kind of working towards it. We've almost got it ready. I think we're doing some tests, but I think it's not quite ready to go out full scale at the moment. Farming, we would love to make more advanced in the future. So you hoe the ground to make stuff. That's kind of possibly one of the ideas we have in the
Yeah.
future. At the moment, they are limited to the spots. The guys are whacking loads more spots around.
Yeah, yeah.
And sort
I
of
mean,
cleaning up areas.
That it came from an idea like someone wants to be able to buy a house that has a farm that you can lock down and close the gate and lock it, and that's yours.
Ties in with the animal stuff as well. So you lock the doors so people can't come in.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely. And then the guild stuff. Yeah, we're working on something. We'll keep it at that. Hopefully it'll be tasty.
Laughing at that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes, mate. You're gonna have something from that. Cities, yes. We'll see. But yeah, cheers, Brian. Like, yeah, it's like the people who have the same mental track as you are.
Yeah.
That must be quite satisfying, just feeling like, oh, how about you do this? And you go, oh, we've got
especially
like, just rubbing your hands together, going, just you wait.
Good on that.
Right, what else we got here? There's potential beggar.
So here was a goat leaker.
I've never ever played as a beggar character before. I might just give it a shot. Couple of questions. Is this a full-fledged class? Can it do anything but beg and craft junk? Can it beg out NPCs as well as PCs?
As the players, I guess. So again, that's another thing where we're working on having profession-based conversation trees with the NPCs.
Okay.
So like if you're a beggar and you talk to the NPC, we want you to be treated like a beggar by them. Currently, you just get treated no matter who you are.
Yeah.
But we have a knight talk to a guard. I want there to be a little bit of a banter back and forth.
There's a lot of equality at the moment.
Yeah. We've got too much equality. So
That's
sure.
quite cool. Is you can make those kind of conversation trees a lot deeper. So if you can almost get, I guess, like quests. So if you're a knight and you talk to a guard and they go, I've seen a bunch of bandits out towards X, you can go, right, well, maybe I'll go there, maybe I can find some cool loot.
But when a beggar talks to him, he goes, wow, you smell like poo. Like, that's the difference of playing the...
Very polite way
the beggar is, so that's a good idea. But the beggar stuff, like, can you do anything but beg and craft junk? He's the one that's going to become the outlaw.
Yeah, the bandit. So,
I mean, he is like a stepping stone.
He's a stepping stone to crime.
He's like I'd say he's one of the harder classes to excel to the next profession.
Yeah. He's hardcore mode.
If you want to put Black Death into hardcore mode, like you say.
He's a deprived class in Dark Souls. You know, starts with a pair of pants and that's it. What else we got here? How's the community of this game? Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm 37 years. Sorry, not 47. 37. You're a young man. You're ahead of your time. I hate to play with arrogant teens that I'll be slapping repeatedly in the face in real life. I love survival games, but I'm sick about all these good games being totally ruined by kill on sight, dumb loser teens, and such rude people. I don't even like in real life. Well, the game is run by a bunch of arrogant teens.
Not a teenager anymore.
God, I wish. I really think we got a good stance on this. I think because we're a role-playing game and like PvP is just as fun as working together in the game. I think we have a nice, like, even the younger players are, I wouldn't say behaving themselves, but they get lost in the world, and it improves the feel of the game. If someone's aggressive and attacking you in a survival game, well, he's a bandit. Yeah. And like you can work with other players against him, and then that creates a nice. Especially if
you're close to the towns as well. Like obviously when you're out in the wilderness, kind of the rules do not really apply too much. But if you're in the sort of like the key towns, people just can't come up to you with all your loot and then try and stand you because they'll have a bounty on their head. The guards will come down on them.
I feel very much like giving people a route for a not so combative role. So the peasant, the merchant really helps to kind of make that environment not like PvP focused straight away. Because you can just get in a game and be like, I'm just going to kill someone because all I got is a blade straight away. But when you've got all these other options, like, sort of planting special class skills that kind of lead you in a direction, for example, like Monk, they kind of lead you to other routes that you don't have to necessarily be engaged in violence straight away.
Killing the sight as well is something that rarely happens in our game because, I mean, it's primarily sword combat, right? So it takes two to tango. Like if you run away, like
really
bye.
Have to get up close and personal.
Definitely.
It's not like not like in a lot of other survival games we've kind of related around guns. I mean, you can see someone in the distance and they're like 3 pixels big and trying to do a headshot.
Headshot, boy.
Whereas in this game, like, I mean, there are kind of like bow and arrows and things like that, but those are quite difficult to actually use. You have to get up close and personal if you want to do that. And if people see you coming, then they go, I'm having none of this and I can run off.
They're not early spawn things as well either, are they? So it takes a while to get a bow, so you have to kind of work
at it. It's not like you spawn with like a Glock 9.
We would never like punish someone who has that attitude in the game.
Speaking
Like,
of which, when's the AK-7 getting? AK-47 getting patched in?
It's been delayed.
Yeah.
it's been delayed. Yeah. Turns out it's the wrong era. Who knew?
Yeah.
I thought 47. I thought it was the year it was
Yeah.
made. 47 BC.
Boom.
But
German.
Deutsche Spiele. I guess
gameplay.
localization. Talk about that.
Is it?
Working on it.
Yeah, there's some great technology we're using on Unreal 4, so they
Yeah.
have great technology built in, like localization. When we get around to it, it's going to
Yeah.
hopefully
so
be.
that's
Got a bit
yeah.
stuck on that. the
Okay,
other
cool.
day, yeah.
But hopefully we'll get around it and it'll be alright.
Right, should we move on to page 3, or do you want to?
Yeah. We'll give everyone a bit of a
Hello. Is it
bounty
looking
system.
for? Not complaining or anything. Just curious as to how the bounty system works.
Is it based off how much gold? Is it from steal? Okay, so bounties. There's a few things going on with bounty. You get a little bit of bounty if you steal from NPCs or from just stuff lying around that doesn't belong to you. You can get a lot of bounty from killing players that don't have their weapons out.
Yep.
So yeah, if you that's the whole like killing on sight stuff. Like if you want to kill on sight, that's up to you, but you're gonna get bounty. You have to deal with your consequences. So that's and the bounty system is now getting really used properly with the new 2 professions that are coming out.
Yeah.
So the outlaw can get bounty from stealing from someone, and the knight can get paid from killing someone who has bounty.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's just another role-playing tool. Like you can enjoy being the biggest bounty on the server. I think there's a player out there who would love that.
Yeah.
I'm notoriously worth 10,000 gold.
You have
And
to
then-
be careful when you're going into towns.
Yeah.
Watch your back.
Yeah,
even
if see someone if
yeah.
the knight's asking you for your papers, you make something up like, oh, I'm too busy right now.
Take the secret entrance
Yeah.
into the city so you avoid a bunch of
Yeah,
players.
your sneaky routes. Like, so I feel like that's the bounty system. It's a role-playing tool, so it's not like shoved in your face a lot. But if you don't pay attention to it, you can get caught out. And just like any other survival games, right? Like if you don't pay attention to your hunger, it's kind of like a good survival mechanic, I think, because it's kind of a similar thing.
Yeah.
Don't abuse it because it will.
We'll come back.
Yeah,
to
NPC
it.
guards will just cut your head off as well. So
I want to say thanks to Holy Avenger as well, Holy Avenger 1, because he's helping us out loads in the forums.
yeah,
He's really doing a great job.
he's always answered the questions right there. Look at that.
That's better than what we just said.
Yeah, it's even more precise.
Holy Avenger 1 was.
Would you make this game or something?
He was the first person to message me about this game, actually.
Was it?
Like when I started putting the trailers out,
Yeah.
he was the first person to get in touch, going like, "Hey, I want to know more. I want to know more." So
That's what kind of like about the game as well. Like we don't shovel the information in your face when you're playing it.
yeah,
And I mean, it has its negatives. Like people play it and go, "What is this game?" And they kind of like have a bit of initial confusion. But you can get really lost in it and
do you
discover
reckon
these
that's
systems.
a potential thing? If people are interested, would you be interested in maybe putting like a tutorial system in there, just explaining some of the basics in it? And if people just want to hit go, they can do that. But if there's a little kind of separate thing in a menu saying tutorial, I want to learn a bit more about the classes, do you reckon that's something you could put in later?
Yeah, so I mean, we're very keen on trying to get some people to do some sort of what's it called, let's play videos.
Yeah.
of
Okay,
day-
tutorial
like
type
day-
videos.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
day one kind of thing. But we've noticed people sometimes get a bit lost when they come in, so we're in the process of putting in let's call it a journal for now. But
Mhm.
when you first start, there'll be an option to say you start as a peasant. It'll be like, this is roughly what a peasant is. These are his special skills, and this is kind of what you should do to start off with. Like very simple stuff.
Okay, a couple of bullet points, like I can farm, I can do this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then have an option just to say, don't ever show me this again. I don't want to play.
We don't
this.
want to show it in the face because we know a lot of players' discovery is
Yeah.
50% of the
Like Minecraft,
excitement.
I'd love to.
Oh
like,
yeah,
just
don't
finding
tell me
stuff
nothing.
like that.
Yeah, don't tell me anything. Let me punch this stone. I'll figure it out.
So yeah, we're hopefully that'll be in hopefully for the next one.
Yeah.
Next update.
Let's get into this one.
My main gripe about the game is how
Oh.
often or frequently you require to read. I tell you what, I hate how much I have to eat as well. Like
In real life, I hate
yeah,
it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
Yeah.
probably go home with a Rita pizza.
Just
like,
get so fat.
Yeah.
So the hunger rate is something we've gone up and down and up and down.
It's
When
a
it
funny
first
one,
launched,
'cause-
everybody was like too
yeah.
much. Then we put it down. Everyone was like too little.
This is too slow. Actually,
Yeah.
majority of people saying it's too slow. So that's interesting that some people still. Actually, so the classes do have. Actually, it's profession based as well. I'm talking about my bum here. It makes it actually might be playing a profession that has quite a hard hunger rate on it. Like the peasant's great. Like
Yeah.
the skill tree you can level up your hunger rate.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, it's a discovery thing. I can't expect him to know that. Like
Yeah.
maybe we should have hints
Something in
there.
the journal thing.
Yeah, but yeah, you can level up your hunger rate, so to speak, so you can be more
It makes a lot of sense, right? Because if you're a peasant, you're hardy, you can don't have to
Yeah.
eat so much. But if you're a merchant,
You're used to
you
kind
got
of
a
You're a greedy
little
bugger.
tubby belly, and you're hungry all the time.
Yeah.
Knights just eating loads of like glamorous oranges and fruits and things. Even though oranges weren't around that time, but they'd find a way of getting hold of it because it's luxurious. So So Sage is kind of. I think that when we get to figure out the day and night cycles,
Yeah.
I think that'll be a good gauge
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a hard time frame.
because
Isn't it?
you don't really know what time it is and like it's
Yeah.
dinner time. As you don't really. I think once we figure that out, hopefully, and the profession leveling up your
Then you
hunger,
can make that a bit more kind of structured around.
more
like,
apparent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hopefully, like activities actually, like if you run a lot,
Yeah.
that will kick up your hunger.
Yeah.
That'd be the most realistic way, I think. If you fight
Yeah.
a lot, you get hunger, but you can kind of get by sitting on the bench.
Tie into the wellness system as well. So
Yeah,
you're
definitely.
more hungry after certain things.
Yeah. Class and perks. Hello, I want to play the hunter class, so I'll start with the peasant, but I have some question. If I take all peasant perks and I spend 10 points to become a hunter, I lost all previous perks like recipe, stamina, health bonus, etc. I guess. When I become a hunter, I have the new perks okay, but ability to hunger perks to spend. Recap, what's the best choice? Run 10 points, only one. Okay, so I can't see what he's getting at here. If I level up my peasant and I become a hunter, is that progression wasted? Not necessarily. The hunter has a lot of echoed skills from the peasant, so you'll start with some things that you had in the peasant straight away. Like, you're a little bit hearty, like you can deal with hunger better as a base and stuff like that.
Kind of leans towards the things you'll need to know for the next class. I think bow leads to hunter, right?
That's right. Yeah,
So, like,
exactly.
crafting bow.
Yeah, you learn to craft a bow as a peasant, and then you unlock the hunter, and then the hunter starts with being able to craft it pretty early.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the kind of we're totally get that. Like if people spend all this time unlocking stuff,
There's
we don't
obviously
wanna
going to be some stuff I imagine you lose, but like like once you starting off as a hunter, you almost start at a slightly elevated position.
you're specializing.
Yeah.
So you're going to lose some abilities from the peasant. Yeah.
But you've already kind of learned others.
Yeah.
All right.
So I get that can be frustrating in some ways, but
Thank you, Danny.
Right,
but
we're
yeah,
coming up
thank
to
you.
our hour mark here. Should we pick one more question?
yeah, one more.
And
So the last one. Who's going to be? Next page.
Let's go on to page 4. Wild. Or actually, one thing we could do is head over to the Law and Roleplaying subforum there, because I remember you guys saying something earlier about putting something in the game that these people have written.
So yes,
Is that on the forum?
we have.
The story?
I wonder if it is.
Ulthrid.
That's the one.
This guy is great. He's been doing some cool stories ever since we launched.
So yeah, we're actually got a book system James has been working on that we actually have this stuff as lore in the game, so you can find books that have.
So I know, in the run up to recently, there's going to be towns where people have wrote stories about the towns, and you've kind of incorporated that lore in there. So I guess this is a sort of like an extension of that, and actually kind of taking these stories and putting them in the game.
Yeah, we're running a thing on Twitter, I think it's still at the moment, where if you guys send in some stories that you've made kind of that fit the world, there's a chance we'll put them in. So like this Ulthrid guy, Algwen C has sent in. He's been writing some cool stuff, so he sent one in over Twitter, I think it was, or by email. I don't know how he sent it in. And we're going to try and get that in for the next build with this new book system, because it's really nice, really cool to see these little like lore stories coming out.
We can't.
Show all
appreciate
of these,
it.
but
We can't appreciate the community enough as well for the amount of role playing that they give back as well. Like it really just like. It kindles the fire.
I remember
so
the first time someone wrote a whole story about like a town that you guys named, and then you kind of like, you get, like this person got an arrow, and then you thought, well, I'm going to put this skeleton, I'm going to put this arrow in it.
Yeah,
that's real
Pete
cool.
made the place look a bit more like the story that the guy had said in. That was cool.
This is the Knight's Order.
So this is a guild.
This is like a guild.
Oh,
This is like player-made guilds. These guys go around policing like. Primarily, the Knight class is a little bit like. It kind of came from a little bit of these guys,
Oh, okay.
So I guess all these guys are going to be unlocking that profession first thing in the
Yes, totally. I can't wait to see.
That's
what this
13
goes to.
knights running around a server.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't want to mess with them.
that's going to be tough to get by as an outlaw, but it'd be really interesting at the same time.
Just swapping. Hey.
Yeah. So
Checking
13 people checking your
Yeah.
papers.
Can I see your papers? Not me.
yeah.
No, I'm fine. Your mate just changed. I don't trust him.
Yeah, like I think these are like there's those little
Oh, so there's guilds everywhere. Okay,
yeah.
that's cool.
So like they've done their own
That's awesome.
rank system,
That's cool, isn't
promotion demotion list.
Demotion.
God, these guys are harsh. They're allies with the Norsemen and the Templars, which are other guilds they've made up.
And who do they hate?
Enemy.
Knights of Dunstead.
The Knights Order. Oh, no, it's not the Knights Order. Knights of Dunstead, yeah. Screw those guys. That town is a mess. That's an actual town in the game. If they were going to hang around there, screw those guys.
Need to redo that place.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, this is what the game's about, right?
And wasn't there a competition recently to name a town? If I remember correctly. Has that finished yet, Emily? No, not yet.
Oh, yeah, it's still going.
Still running.
Put
your votes in now.
Get primarily Twitter. Yeah, primarily Twitter.
Awesome.
Get on there and...
Which is Black
Death _ game.
Yeah. Get your votes in for...
Know that.
Got some screenshots of the town that we're building.
Sadly, the Black Death was taken, so...
you can get in there and put your vote in.
All right, excellent. So, anyway, thanks for everyone for watching. That's some of the stuff that's coming in the update for the game. And answered a whole bunch of questions. So I hope to see you in the county of Mercia, the Kingdom of Mercia,
the Queen's Province,
the Queen's Province of Mercia.
Yeah.
Will we ever see the Queen?
Oh,
we're not talking about that.
Here NPCs. Keep that quiet.
Right. Thanks for watching, guys.
Cheers for watching. Thanks for playing.
Bye.